Welcome back to our channel. A long time no see. I'm here with a new recipe video that I think you guys are going to really love for the 4th of July or any summer picnic, holiday, anything that you have to get together. This is what we're taking to our 4th of July gathering that I think you're really going to love. It's the best and easiest baked beans recipe. And today's sponsor has a really quick item you can make at home that's whole food plant-based, SOS free, and it pairs really well with the baked beans. It is from Wellbean, and they make the most amazing products. They make bars that actually have beans inside them, but they also make some items that you might not be as familiar with, like the cornbread, which this packet has 8 servings, and you can make individual cornbreads in 90 seconds. And I love it. I'm really the only cornbread eater in our household, our immediate household. I haven't yet tried it with baby Paul, but maybe I'll try it this weekend with him. But I love that I don't have to make like a whole big batch. Nothing goes to waste. I can just make one whenever I want. And so that's exactly what I did with today's recipe. I just popped this in the microwave for 90 seconds and I had the most delicious cornbread, super simple and easy. And you're going to see how I serve it with the best baked beans ever. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and a big thank you to Wellbean for sponsoring. I'll post a little code on the screen and also be in the description below if you want to check out all their products. You guys have heard me talk about the bars before. They pretty much fueled my labor and delivery of Paul, but just some favorites. So I was really excited to get a whole bunch of them sent to us and have it stocked for when Mark goes to work, when we travel, when I'm out hiking and need something quick, when I'm taking Paul out. So we always like to have these stocked. But there's a code for you guys if you guys want to check it out. And we're going to get into today's recipe video. So I filmed this ahead of time so that you guys can see, because right now, currently Paul is napping. So it's a great time for me to do this voiceover. But also it's just really nice for me to be able to do this in the evening. So this is kind of how videos are going to be while I'm in this season of my life. But this is such an easy recipe. You will see me wearing gloves just for the fact of we're taking this to a family/friends get together. So I didn't want to make sure everything was really clean, and I tend to wear gloves whenever I'm cooking for other people. So it's not just us eating it. But for this one, the recipe is down below in the description, but I'm just going to kind of narrate what's happening. So I have 2 cups of tomato sauce, and you can make our tomato sauce. I'll link it above. This is 1 cup of barbecue sauce. Now I make a date sweetened barbecue sauce. It's different than our barbecue sauce on our other website post that we've made in YouTube. This is a little bit sweeter. I think this goes really great with the baked beans. So I will put with this recipe, of course, how to make the date sweetened barbecue sauce, but any barbecue sauce will work. I just really love this one. This is 2 teaspoons of white miso paste. That's always optional to add, but that's our salt substitute. We have 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You also can dial that back a little bit if you want. So there's a little bit of a range in the recipe. I really love it as is though. Half a cup of water. And you see, I just like mix this all up in the dish I'm baking it off. And it's so simple. Like, if you have the barbecue sauce made ahead of time, you have the tomato sauce made ahead of time. This comes together like super quick. So if you're kind of like, oh, I need something now for this get together and I only have about, maybe 40 minutes, this is the recipe to use. So I'm just whisking in really to get that miso to be broken up. You don't want any chunks of miso in there. We want that to be well distributed, but it just takes a second. And also what you're going to see, the main ingredients are going to be a white bean. I really love Great Northern beans with this recipe. So I have about 3 cans that are drained and rinsed. It ends up being about 1,275 grams if you're making them from scratch. So it's a good amount of beans in this. Obviously, they're the star of the show. And then I have 1 medium yellow onion that we've just chopped up. And I really love it with the onion as well. It's just a really delicious, quick recipe. It's super flavorful. It thickens up really nicely. So when you pop it out of the oven, as it kind of sits while you're traveling or getting the rest of your holiday meal together, it will thicken up significantly as it just kind of sits and does its thing. So keep that in mind if it comes out. I do like it to be, I'm a person who likes a little bit more of a saucy baked bean. It's still thick, but this is like the perfect marry of both. This is literally my favorite baked bean recipe we've ever made, and it goes over great with everyone that we get requests. People that are whole food plant-based or not ask us to make this. So this is why I'm preparing it for our 4th of July gathering. And I like to give that a nice mix up, and then we're going to cover it. It's going to go into the oven at 350, and it's going to just cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. And again, you're going to take it out. You're going to see it's thicker than when it went in. And as it rests, it thickens up even more. If you like a super thick baked bean recipe, you can always take like a tablespoon of tapioca starch if you wanted to and add that in, and that would help thicken it up, or something like a cornstarch. But again, I love the consistency you're going to see here. And like I said, the sponsor of today is Wellbean. So I got our really delicious cornbread that we have here. It makes 8 servings if you want to purchase it. And if you are living by yourself, if you're the only one in your household like mine that likes cornbread, this is really nice to pull out whenever you want. I will say, instead of making cornbread, you also can make a cornbread waffle. They give you the instructions to do that as well. Now, they do give you this silicone little muffin individual item. It comes with your order, so that's really nice, but you can also make it, of course, in like a microwave safe mug. I have a little bowl here, and they do recommend to, if you can do, to measure it out by grams. It's about 53 to 54 grams. So I'm actually measuring it out here. I put out my scale to make sure it's precise for the video, but around 1/3 of a cup. And then it's about 1/4 of a cup of water, just 2 ingredients, super simple. And you just make sure you mix it up really well. I used a fork and pour it into whatever you want, if you want to use the mug or if you want to use the silicone dish. And it just like comes together so awesome. I don't have to do anything. I pop it into the microwave for literally 90 seconds, and it'll depend on your microwave, of course. If you have like a newer standard one, we bought our house about 3 years ago, and so our microwave was brand new when we bought it, and 90 seconds was perfect. So I love that. It came with a little card with directions as well. Again, walking you through it. It's also on the packaging. And I'm going to have to experiment making waffles with it, because again, that would be such a quick way to quickly make waffles for this. But I love that. Okay, so I'm measuring it out here, trying to get it around 53, 54 grams. And I'm going to add my water as well to this. So I just used the little silicone muffin individual one that they gave us just to show you, which is really nice. They include that as well in your order as a bonus. And literally this same exact way that we're kind of doing this is how you can do their like brownie, like mug cakes as well. So if you're looking for more of a dessert option, they also sell that. And I just really, really love supporting companies that are whole food plant-based and SOS free. It's really hard to come by some of these kind of more instant convenience items like this, and I really appreciate that they continue to make products and new products like this. So I want to help support them as much as possible. So we always like to have our pantry stocked with those items, and I literally talk to everyone about them. If you're my friends, you definitely know. I've talked to you a lot about these bars and different things like this, but this was just perfect. So I'm just carefully scooping out the mixture. You can see it's a nice thick batter, and it makes a nice thick cornbread. It was perfect. I literally had to do nothing to it when it came out. And you're going to see in some photographs that I took of the meal, I love serving this over the baked beans. It literally was such an easy meal to make that's nice and quick. I paired it with like a salad that day, but I love to just, have something like this. We're going to take the main dish to our 4th of July picnic, but it was really nice to just make sure everything tasted perfect. I, of course, had to sample it, and so pairing it with the cornbread muffin was awesome. And then I also got this big package of bars. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys, some of my favorites. So if you've listened to me talk about my birth story, you've heard me talk about how, I wasn't really allowed to have any food or drink. I had a hospital birth, and they pretty much, want you just to not really have anything once you're in labor. And so I pretty much chowed down on 2 Wellbean bars, and it sustained me my whole, oh my gosh, like 18-hour plus labor. Might have been like closer to 20 now thinking of it. But I love these. And some of my favorites are the peanut butter crunch. I love the almond fudge brownie I'm showing you here as well. I also really love the chocolate chip walnut. And literally me and Mark, like sometimes I'm like, can you leave the last chocolate chip walnut for me? We both really love those 3 flavors like the most out of everything. And I love the variety pack too, because it's like really fun. Even the lemon poppy seed one is a little bit unexpected. And I love all of them. Superfoods one is really good as well. So we always like to have these stocked, and you can use that code for a discount as well. And I love that there's beans in them. So I was buying like flour bars and some other things that were quick and convenient, especially when we camp or travel, and they don't have beans in them. And so I really feel good about getting an extra serving of beans this way. And especially like if I share something with the baby, or if Mark needs something to go to work, it's more of like a well-rounded like meal per se, or meal replacement when you need something really quick. Okay, you can see that came out of the oven or out of the microwave, and it was really, really hot. So I just put it down on something that would be safe for my cutting board as well. I'm going to move this out and get it all set up, because the baked beans also are roughly coming out at the same time. So it really kind of worked out really nicely and timing wise for whenever I wanted to mix this up. And then I had a really quick sample of the dish. Just packaging guys all these up, secretly hiding them from my husband so he doesn't eat them all. And I just love the little card too about how it decreases your cancer risk, and just, their continual nutrition information as well. It's really lovely. They're just a great, great company. So you can see that it puffed up pretty nicely. I'm going to take it out of the silicone mold in a second, but just be careful when you remove it. It's a little warm, a little toasty. There, I got my oven mitts on. And then I'm going to pull the baked beans from the oven as well. So I just love this recipe. If you are a baked beans lover, this is it. You could do this on toast. Is really, I know it's more of an English thing, but I really love it at like that as well. It's kind of if you're from the United States, that might be a little bit of a different breakfast to have, but it's delicious. They definitely know what they're doing. And this recipe would be perfect for it. And yeah, it's just a great way. I tend to not get a lot of white beans in our diet that's not in a sauce or like used to be mixed into something. So I would say I get in chickpeas, black beans, some other beans a lot more often. And so I'm always trying to change it up. And this is a great way to get it in regularly for the summertime. It just, I love baked beans. It's a great comfort dish. And so you can see it's a little bit saucier than when we put it in, and it'll thicken up even more than that as it cools down. But it smells great. When you make it, be sure that you get ready to smell all those beautiful aromas as well from the tomato sauce and the barbecue sauce that we have. And it just turns out such a nice pair, these two together. So I hope you guys will give us a try. If you guys do make this, make sure you tag us. I love to see when you guys make your recipe videos. And I'm so excited for all the things coming out in the future. We have a lot of really fun projects. And look how beautiful that cornbread came out. Comes out so nicely. It's like a nice, substantial piece of cornbread. And I love topping it over with the baked beans, as you can see on the screen as well. But yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any content. We always come out with new recipes that are easy, whole food, plant-based, SOS free. I am working on coming out with a pop-up restaurant in Pittsburgh. So if you're in Pittsburgh or local to Pittsburgh, stay tuned for that. That is some really exciting things happening behind the scenes. And yeah, there's our membership if you haven't joined our private group where we do all of our classes, coaching, weekly meal planners, and more as well. So I will see you guys real soon for the next one. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Be sure to get some Wellbean products, especially this cornbread that we're sharing today, and use the coupon code for a discount as well. All right, thanks so much, guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.